see. I'm already starting to like this setup right now. You're looking at a lot of late game scaling. You got a Azir, you got the Zeri, you've got the Zeds effectively coming in there for the side of WE. But for RA, with that Silas and plenty, we just saw how that Draven going to work. Lots that you can be working in that bot side. So right now, Jamada, first impressions. Let me know what's going on in your mind.
All right. RA, send it. WE. Listen, you're not always going to get the long-winded analysis out of me, all right?
No.
Sometimes I'm just going to say it how I see it. And what I see is an RA team composition. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a weird one. If people got that, well done to you. That's a weird reference.
But RA just want to fight, right? They've got the Draven. They've got the winning 3v3 on the bottom side. It's all about engage, engage, engage. On the opposite side, you've got the Zeri, you've got the Lulu, you've got the Azir. It's a lot more about kiting back. It's a lot more about finding those very brief and small windows to then reposition and push forward from the side of Shanks and Hope. And we'll see. Wow, gosh, IO from the crowd.
That is a loud crowd. That is awesome. You know what? People might not know this. The WE fandom is actually so adamant as well. It's huge fandom. They've been around for so long. Like 2013 obviously was the heyday of WE. They had a brief period in 2020 or 2021 where they almost were able to kind of bring it back. But there is a lot of very adamant fans of WE in the Chinese scene.
Yeah, it's a huge brand. Huge brand. Has been for the longest of times. And yeah, that's why you always hear those loud gyros. I also heard a hype man in the crowd as well. Getting it already. I think it's always like that though. I think there's always that one leading voice for the gyros.
I like it though. They have a designated person to do it. You know, they have a designated person to turn around and go, like, you will start the gyros. I like that though. It's nice. But yeah, just in case you're wondering, obviously we are a little bit delayed. We did not have full picks and bans as they are in two separate cities of Shenzhen and Xi'an, so we are a little bit behind. Hopefully we'll be able to catch up fairly quickly. It is just the nature of such a large league in so many different venues. It has to happen, you know, unfortunately sometimes, and hopefully we'll be catching up as quick as we possibly can. But right now, in this game, we can see a little bit of pressure here, and this is what I'm loving, the adaptation. And again, it's something we've been seeing so much. This is like hard engaged bot lanes kind of saying, look, we go straight kill lane, because against something like a Zeri, you are going to be hard pressed to really get this one going here for Hope and Iwandi. And already, look at those spinning axes. Look at the damage.
My goodness, I think he was juggling 3 decks. I think he already had 2, and he had the cooldown back up, so he's just throwing axe after axe, all spinning, so much damage. And again, you know, sort of leading off that last game, when you've got these ranged you know, sort of duos into a melee support, a lot of the reason why we've seen these melee supports fall off generally in terms of priority is, you know, the level 1's really rough and it's kind of hard to navigate. And after that level 1, it then, you know, sort of lends into having a losing level 2 and a losing level 3 where you've lost too much HP, you can't really play the game how you want to play it. Send it level 1. Just look for a hook. If you get a good level 1 trade, then all of a sudden level 2 looks more plausible. So really nice there from Southwind, from Assume, to just get that trade in. And now if the wave starts to bounce back in the next wave after the one they've just killed, then they can start to look for some trades, which could potentially be quite positive for them.
Well, full clears for both junglers as they get into it. That's something interesting as well, is that, like, yes, Xi'an is fantastic at early skirmishes, but he can clear very quickly as well. That's the funny thing, is that there are plenty of junglers at the meta right now who can just get themselves onto that 4-camp start, or sorry, full clear start without having to get the scuttle spawns. That means they have guaranteed priority. You can see there now Heng using this knowledge of the Xi'an being on that bot side to say, look, I'm going to move up towards the top side, make sure... Oh, that was cheeky. That was cheeky as hell. Oh, I love it from Southwind. That was so clean.
Yeah. Really nice use of the animation cancel there. It's really hard to react to as well, especially because, you know, you kind of think about it like this. Quarter of a second is the usual human reaction time. Fun fact. If you see Nautilus auto-attacking a minion, you're like, oh yeah, he's going to auto-attack it. And then a dredge line's flying at your face. Hard to react to. So now that flash is gone from Iwandi, Lian, we'll see whether or not he can get down there, try and take advantage of that, and try and get Assume going. We just saw what Fed Draven could do in the hands of Photic. Assume is no slouch as well. Just to make things clear, had a pretty okay year individually, Assume in 2022, or at the very least summer. So that's when I was
No!
Not
Get
again.
it! Thank you! Yes! Go on, Cube!
It continues,
Oh
the day of cannons. How many have we had? Like, the zoom-ins on the cannons today have been hilarious.
At least 5. At least
5, right? Like, doesn't matter. And I also imagine it could even be separate observers, right? Because it's two separate
Yeah, oh no,
venues.
they're just completely separate observers.
Yeah,
They're
so
two different venues.
They're just they're all
There's
on
obviously
board.
something
They're all
happening
on
in the Chinese servers where everyone's saying you gotta focus in on these things right now.
Oh, that's hilarious. But we'll see who ends up winning the cannon war. Right now, all right, look at it like this. RA are up, and obviously we're only gonna be able to count what we can see. I'll hold the point. Never mind, that's fine.
Keep going.
Yeah, so you know we'll count what we can see, right? Cube almost lost, right? So do we want to do it team to team or like team against game? You know, like RA versus League of Legends, WE versus League of Legends, or like the cannon miscount of WE versus RA? I think
I kind of like the first one, you know.
You like the first one versus the game?
I like stacking it, you know.
yeah, okay. We'll see who ends up with the worst score. Right now, RA's up 1-0 in the cannon department. RA will also be picking up this first dragon. A lot of pressure on the bottom side from Southwind and Assume. Means that they are a little bit too scary to deal with right now. No level 6s from the side of WE, of course. We're only 6 minutes into the game. Means that it's a little bit too difficult to skirmish for now. Once you have those turnaround tools, then it's a lot, you know, there's a little more room to dance. But until then, skirmishing power of Nautilus, Draven, Lee Sin, too much to handle. WE will just have to concede that dragon.
We'll see what they want to try and work for here. Right now, Heng trying to be a bit of a nuisance as he roams around the map, but not really going to be gaining much there as he just gets spotted out on a ward fairly quickly. Lian might actually get level 6 off of taking that ward. Might be just enough of the experience that he needs, but having that information now, you can see Heng using it to full advantage to make sure that he goes into like this from BuBu. Actually, really good trade into Cube. And honestly, someone we don't really get to talk about right now is BuBu, because he, I'll be honest, I'll say BuBu is definitely someone who is a little bit flippy. Definitely feels like some games he's a god, and other games he is in fact a commoner and a bit of a pleb. So really need to see him have a bit of a bigger consistency coming into this. As no lollipop for you there, Southwind. Don't know if he really wanted that. Level 6 just got hit by Hope, so it could have definitely been a much more difficult situation. But Cannon does go to the wayside, as another one shall not be given. And this has to be a meme on Weibo or something like that. This has to be something like that you're just building up, like cannons are worth so much, and yet everyone in the LPL misses them or something like that.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. But yeah, BP, I agree. Like, some days, you know, some days he's the shy. Some days he's, I don't know who he is.
I know exactly what you want to say.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I know what you want to say.
Actually, you know what? The shy on both ends of the spectrum kind of works, because like, it feels like, oh, hello.
Yeah, sometimes you're the shy, but sometimes you're the shy. You know,
yeah,
that's just the setup. Oh, speaking of setup, Asom, he's by himself. They are going to use the Whirling Death here to try and get him away here. He's looking to try and maybe make this one work. That feels very overzealous. Lian, though, looks for a kicks and lands. That's going to be a nice little kill over to Lian. Gets himself the return. And that is a good response here from RA. WE, though, definitely looking to try and put pressure on this bot side.
But still, you have to feel the bigger win is for WE, right? They get both summons out of Assume, and they also kill the stacks, right? The stacking gone. We're almost 8 minutes in, so a lot of stacks are available. That's a great hit here.
Oh, nicely done. He follows him all the way. Lian gets himself another 2 quick kills in less than 2 minutes.
Oh, 2 really well-earned kills as well. Nice mechanics on the bottom side, but also just holds onto the Sonic Wave mark on top of Shanks. After he gets knocked back, just follows it through, just about gets the recast in. And even though the drift comes through on the side of Shanks, that kill comes in. And now they'll turn it into a Herald as well. So RA doing a great job of just finding pick after pick and then also getting neutral objectives. BuBu.
What did I say? What did I say? He is either the shy Ori's the shy. Asum picks himself up a stack. Would have been a lot better had he done it before he died, but nevertheless, Bubu loses everything. Top wave as well. This is going to be so much gold now into Asum because they've just taken the Rift Herald. There is literally no way you can contest this here on WE. They might even get a full tower at 10 minutes. That's 10 and a half minutes. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. This Herald, the drop's a little early, but I guess they're going to need it to tank up the tower. They'll still get it. Just talking about efficiency of all things. As there you go, Cube covers the bottom side, picks that one up. Tower all into Assume and Leon. Leon's already ahead, but getting Draven this gold as well, super pivotal. They could both return to the map here with first items very comfortably, I think.
Oh, for sure. For
Leon
sure.
picked up 2 kills, a Herald, that whole tower has to, right? 10 minutes in. Assume Essence Reaver as well, so really, really massive spike here for RA. WE, what are they going to do about it? There's the gold drinker. And then Assume, I imagine, Essence Reaver, maybe Boots.
Yeah, Boots came in straight afterwards just because he got the kill.
Yeah.
Because he has a magical footwork, he had an assist and a kill, brings it down to, I believe it's 10 and a half minutes at that point. Or no, yeah, it's 45 seconds per kill, so it brings it down to 10 and a half minutes, so he just gets it after that. So there it is, plenty more for RA to kind of go for it. And honestly, RA have been a little bit of a, you know, a dark horse in my eyes. RA have kind of put themselves in you know, in this so far, this first half of the split as a very solid playoff team. Yes, they're 4-3, but you look at the teams they've lost to, it's literally been BLG, LNG, and Top Esports, who are all exceptional rosters. And even the BLG series, which they only just lost to recently, they could have won.
Yeah. They have. They've really been on the edge of picking up a lot of series. Just falling short, right? And I feel like that's always the fun thing about these middle-of-the-table teams. They're always, you know, on the cusp of something great. Xi'an, is he going to get it?
Oh, yes! Xi'an is just not having anything right now. He is not letting anyone away with anything whatsoever. We're going to see Asum moving in onto Hope, but they're going to back themselves away. I say that because they're going to land. Xi'an isn't done with you. As he moves forward, there's a Nautilus all of a sudden. Xi'an is a monster, and he's just cleaning WE up.
Who is this guy, Xi'an, all of a sudden? I mean, he's always been that carry player, right? But my goodness, he is on a tear right now. Q after Q, kill after kill. He is setting up everything, steals away the dragon. WE, just in a bit of shambles. And there's more plates going into Assume. This guy is playing out of his mind right now. That was just an insane sequence. I mean, you know, it is simple at the end of the day, but just, exactly, that's what took the words out of my mouth. Just the confidence to just know, yeah, this is never their dragon. And just finding the rest of this skirmish is great. Cube finds the lockdown onto Hope, drops the exhaust on him from the spellbook. Just a little bit of chase down, but just waiting for Xi'an to get here. Another knock up on the Q. Xi'an just isn't done. South window over the wall. Blast cone couldn't be stopped by Iwandi. Hope falls. Really, really great stuff from RA. And this last 5 minutes has been so explosive, right? Off the back of the dive from WE, they were the ones looking to shut down Assume. It has been all action, no breaks. There you go, other way around.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you can have breaks when you've got a Lee Sin moving forward like this. And look,
hey,
you know, it's just insane.
It is insane. You asked me, sorry to cut you. What is the point of RA's composition? Right? You wanted some analysis. I said send it.
You said send it, and they are doing just that. Hope gets donated to the Adoration Fund as Xi'an wants another little piece of the action. 4-0-2 on this Lee Sin. I don't care about bot lane anymore. I'm just glad the jungle's getting shaken up and Xi'an's not done. Xi'an wants more. Xi'an's gonna look for shanks in the mid lane. He doesn't have flash yet, and Xi'an finds them again. This guy is ridiculous.
He's just smurfing. He's in low elo right now. He doesn't give a damn about anything. He's going lane to lane to lane and murdering everything in his sights. And RA is just setting him up beautifully across the board. WE are just, they're just baffled by what's going on right now. They're just having plays happen in front of them. No reaction at all. They need to find some composure. Though I say it, they're already 6,000 gold down. It's 14 minutes into the game. I don't want to say it's too late, but The way
I mean,
RA are playing, the level of execution, it's just...
Look, I'm not saying that, like, if this was my game and I'm WE, that I'm saying /FF, but sometimes, like, Xi'an goes from this bot lane play where Heng is there. Heng is covering this play and has to back away because he knows that there's just nothing they can do.
It's so crazy. WE, like you say, they've read the play, they know what's going on, it still happens to them. They can't do anything about it. Numbers advantage is just in RA's favor. They've just been running around, finding kill after kill. We'll see if they can continue to snowball this, right? Another dragon, it's just Cloud, but maybe you get an early Elder. I don't even know if this game's gonna go to Elder at this pace, but things like that, just pick up the soul, it just becomes more oppressive, right? All of this roaming around, all that out of combat movement speed, the flat movement speed in general, it's gonna get you to places a lot faster. You end up with, you know, almost Moby boots, right? Once you have 2 Cloud Dragons and a soul picked up. Bye-bye, huh? Nice knowing you. Catch it. And it becomes just even more oppressive with, what, running around with an extra 100 MS almost? I think numbers kind of average at like 80 or whatever. But you get the point. And WE, even if we get to that soul point, I'm not sure they're going to be able to defend now, let alone then. And the Herald should be on the cards here for RA.
And what a statement game right now. Look, it's best of 3. Obviously, things can happen. You take the Draven. If it snowballs, that's unfortunate, you know? But it's how they're doing it. This isn't just because they have a Draven. This is because of the way they're playing. This wasn't because, you know, fair enough, the bot lane play, they're ahead, that's fine. But the fact that Xi'an goes from bot lane immediately back to mid, finds a kill because they are timing everything. They went for that bot lane play because they knew Awandi didn't have the cooldown on his ultimate, so they knew they could burst someone out before that wild growth came in. He goes immediately back mid because he knows Shank's flash isn't available. These are the small little details that are just being trickled across the map here for RA, and that's the sign of a very scary team. A team that can go, cool, you're only 10 seconds away from your flash, you're probably thinking you're pretty safe. No, guess what? You're not. You've got 10 seconds to kill you, and we're going to do just that, and it just feels so good for RA. It feels like this team that has been building for so long, back when they were Vici, back when they tried to, you know, bring in iBoy, it didn't really work out. They've been piecing together what works for them, and it's just beautiful to watch.
Yeah, it is. It is indeed. You know, they've always been kind of middling for a while, but for the first time in, I'm not really sure how long. I'm not really the historian here. Feels like they can kind of try and make a breach into, you know, that sort of top 7-6 region, right? It could be a potential finish for them at 4 wins already. They have quite a few teams they could very plausibly still take down in their remaining matchups. TT, FPX, Ultra Prime. They have a lot of strong teams left, but those 3, including the series here today, bring them up to 8 wins. It's not impossible.
Here we go.
Here's a play.
They're looking for a play. They can't kill him. They just can't kill Strife. Finally, they get a little bit more damage down. TP going to be used. Whirling dead. Oh, if he had a couple more stacks, I think Asim kills him there. But yeah, you can see Bubu looking maybe for a flash, trying to get onto Xi'an, but it's going to be very difficult to really make that stick. He's too far ahead. He's got too many items, to be perfectly honest, too many levels. We talked about catch-up XP, but I don't think it matters because he's just rich.
Yeah, he is just wealthy. And you know, one thing I was having a conversation about, I'm going to derail because I feel like this game is whatever RA wants it to be.
You bring this wherever you want to go.
One thing, you know, I feel like when teams get ahead, if you remember the old stat back in the day where a level used to be worth like 600 gold in stats.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is now, but because champions get more health and like general stats per level, it's just more than 1,000 gold. So levels are actually super important in League of Legends now. Even more so than before, just because of how many base stats you get. So when you start pulling ahead in XP, like you said, all right, yeah, cool, rubber banding the XP. I mean, hell, that was actually my original point, so thank you for bringing it back there. It can keep you in the game, but the point is, if you're snowballing a lead like this, where level leads can start to accrue across the board, it just becomes, you know, even more impossible, because now it's not like, oh, this person's 2 levels ahead of me, they're like 1,100 gold ahead of me. All of a sudden, they're like almost 2,000 gold in base stats ahead. And that just starts to become even more insurmountable than it used to be before, just off the levels alone, let alone the items, which have, by the way, come in. Assume has his Infinity Edge. Didn't go towards the Mythic, of course. Being on 13
3 now, because I think we skipped the hotfix patch.
Yeah,
the
we did.
13.1b. We were just on 13.1b for a while. Of course, the crit item changes have come in. They're going to try and pick on Q.
Flash.
But, yeah. And I'm going to be honest, Xi'an. Would have taken him a while to die anyway. So.
I mean, I was going to say, it's like, look, I like an idea from WE to try and catch somebody out, but it does feel like if you were to choose anyone, that's not my top choice. But, I mean, who do you go to right now? Because, yes, you know, going for Cube isn't maybe the most ideal, as the turret does end up falling. Cube doesn't have ultimate now available. There will be Bubu going Mega very, very soon. I don't think Cube's going to be dying here, but will take a fair chunk of his own health bar as Xi'an and the rest of RA kind of pressure now on the bot side. But they can destroy this Baron very quickly. You have a lot of shred here, considering how far the Draven is. If he gets a couple more crits, you know, he's only on 40%, so he's still waiting to try and get really up to that. But look how fast it's going.
Yeah, teleport's coming in here for Cube as well, just to play bodyguard. Half HP already. Weighing in the wings, hung.
He's looking for it. Not quite able to get a flash there by Hope is good, but already you can see the Whirling Death coming in. They're trying to burn off the jungler so they can guarantee themselves, but with Hang not going down, they take the next best thing, which is going to be that Azir. Shanks dies for, I believe, the third time in this game. 0-3 and 0. You've only had 1 kill. It's a minute 30 until the soul. That's going to be a 23-minute soul now for RA, and I just don't see how you can contest this.
No. RA are on a roll right here. They are in Zen mode. And WE not able to keep up with the monks in this one. Tier 2 goes. They'll reset. They've still got 2 minutes, plenty of time on that Baron. But yeah, turnaround is just good. Strive just waiting for the first member to step up to him. And unfortunately for WE, it's their jungler. Too much damage just in the combo alone. Half HP. Doesn't actually use the ult on him. Uses it on Shanks for a
Good flash.
Yeah, great flash, but unfortunately it means that with the repositioning he's not able to get any more damage in. Pull back, yeah, doesn't quite have enough damage to take down Hung, but Shanks just caught in the middle of it at that point after the Vi ult goes into him. Now RA back out on the map, Baron for another 90 seconds, towers on either side of the map still take, base to crack as well, Dragon to get, the list just goes on for whatever they want to just continue to grow this gold lead.
Yeah, I love this itemization coming out right now from Xi'an. He's got himself a phage. That's going to be building into a Sterx gauge, which gives him, again, just more playmaking ability. He doesn't need necessarily resistances. He just needs health bar. He just needs time to be able to put himself in a good position, because once he gets the kick off onto a key carry, he's done his job. And done his job very well, might I say. Also, we're just not going to see Asum go towards a Mythic right now. He's just saying, screw it. I need the Bloodthirster, the Infinity Edge, the Essence Reaver. We talked about it in the last game where the Bloodthirster would have been key for the Draven of NIP for Photic, but Asum's just saying, cool, look, the Immortal Shield Bow is actually just a worse version of this if I don't need attack speed.
Yep. Just wants the flat damage and heal up. Of course, the overheal shield as well is just going to give him that little bit of extra survivability. And WE, frankly, I mean, they barely have the damage to kill one member. Getting through that health bar and potential regen of the Bloodthirster, almost definitely not, unless they are dumping every tick in. There's the Cloud Soul. You're going to see people are just going to zoom around the map now. Blood Rush as well from Asum 24/7 just to get around the map. And yeah, the oppressive rotation is just going to continue to get more oppressive. RA just going to get to places first. I mean, look how fast Strive is moving. Is that 488 movement speed? It's a little bit small on my
85,
feet, so
I think,
Is it
yeah.
85? Yeah, either way. 3 movement speed off. It's still
you were
pretty
close.
fast.
You're close.
You're practically at Mobies, right? With that movement speed.
Minimum
It's pretty
Swifties.
Yeah, like Swifties, Mobies, really, really close.
Here we go.
Really go forward.
You're going to try and get a last-ditch effort. They're going to get the kick in. Oh, the stolen Gnar as well. There's just nothing you can do. There's a double coming in straight away for Asum. We'll see Shanks getting one more down, but a triple comes in. Maybe even a quadra. They're looking for it, but he shall not be given it. Remember, pentakills are earned, not given. And this is going to be RA just decimating WE. And look, we could have an endgame call, but I'm going to start the endgame analysis before even the Nexus explodes. What does WD do in the game number 2? Because I feel like right now they just got outclassed in every single way.
Yeah. And this is a rough one.
because, I mean, I'll try and look at it from the perspective of like coaching staff, right? You have not too many proactivity tools in the early game, but you've got a lot of scaling. This really feels like, what a great kick, by the way, in the Gnarl. What do you really, everything just layers in, sorry, I just can't get over how clean that play was. Like, where do you go from the side of WE, right? Do you just look for more agency to try and match what Ari just put on the table? Because I feel like draft doesn't really inherently matter in this game when you just get outclassed, right? Like, if you just get run over, what do you do in terms of analysis to look back at this game and go like, yeah, I think we should do this and this differently? I would say maybe you just try and bring it to RA. If you go towards another draft like this, there's nothing inherently stopping RA from just doing this again. So
yeah,
it's
it's a desperate call, because it really is just like, how do you stop this? Like, sure, you know, you can maybe get rid of the Draven, that doesn't snowball as hard, but I don't really feel like that was really the issue. I feel like the Lee Sin was a big issue, but if you're giving over another priority jungler, Biu will be able to trade back fairly effectively here in the Stripe. He needs to get his auto attacks off if he really wants to try and take this combination. I don't know if he wanted to go for that fight straight away, but with Xi'an coming straight back in, he now has the support of his 507 buddy. Asum says, I want better KDA, and takes that with the Whirling Death. And also, it looks like I don't even think... Oh, okay, he's got a Serrated Dirk. I was just about to say, I don't think Asum's going to finish off with a Mythic.
Yeah, he might not. Unless he's building Eclipse now. But
Eclipse wouldn't be a bad, actually.
Yeah. I mean,
well, no, not Eclipse, sorry. Edge of Night. I would prefer Edge of Night. Just so you don't die. Never die.
Yeah, Banshee Shield, that's pretty smart, Xi'an. Yeah, pretty smart. I like it.
Yeah, I like to game. I'm a gamer, you know?
You sure?
I like how you just had the voice of like, I never doubted that.
I never doubted. Now, okay, Xi'an. Sorry, I don't know why I called you a Xi'an. Cue the Mission Impossible music.
Very hard to sync that up over thing, but yeah, no, you ain't get it in. Oh! Never mind, he got in, but he died. That was scary. That was a legitimate jump scare.
I love the LPL,
Lord.
It's so
hey,
good.
God loves a trier. That's all that matters. But yeah, this game is all but done. But gave us a nice little moment right at the end there. But yeah, RA gonna take this game one, and on WE they got to figure out what they're doing next. You know, next game is it's gonna be tough. Not an enviable position for sure.
No, not at all. RH playing with their food here before they inevitably finish this one off. Maybe a little bit of an overstep from Southwind. Will go down, but Nexus is there. Zoom is hitting it. He's kind of wondering what the rest of his team is doing. He wants to go to game number 2. And I think W have probably been looking forward to game number 2 for about 15 minutes now.
I mean,
excellent game.
And this is why you need to play those scrims where it all goes wrong in the first 10 minutes. Because if you don't, you're not going to know what to do. And that being said, it's very hard either way. I don't think you gain much out of it either way. I don't know why. I like bringing that up. I just think it's a fun little thing that always kind of happens.
It's an interesting